Hello, Creative Gems. Welcome to Creativity. How is everyone today? I'm Sandy, and today's project is going to be slightly different from my usual craft projects. Today, I will show you how I flip an old piece of furniture and turn it into a beautiful piece that I know I will treasure for years to come. I found this piano bench for free on Kijiji. The bench is still functional, but as you can see, it is quite weathered and doesn't match the rest of my current home decor. So we are going to upscale it and give it a brand new life. By the time I'm finished with this bench, you will not even recognize it. To begin, I will show you the materials, and unless otherwise stated, all the materials are from either Dollar Tree or Dollarama. We will need a sheet of silver glitter fabric. We will also need 1 or 2 microfiber cloths in white. This one from the Dollar Tree comes in 16 by 24 and has a little bit of stretch to it. We will also need some mini mirror tiles and a supply of clear flat back square shaped gems, which I purchased in bulk from Alibaba. We will also be using a silver brooch for extra glam. This is optional, but you will see later that it adds that extra bling into the furniture piece. To help us with today's project, we will be using some leftover white primer and paint, some spackling, and wood glue, all previously purchased from my local hardware store. We will also be using some white glue, some Fix-All, and our handy-dandy hot glue gun. Mine was purchased from Amazon. The first step for this project is to remove the seat from the rest of the bench. Seeing how old this bench was, I was able to remove it easily with my hands and by using a screwdriver to pry the seat off its frame, which was mostly held by old glue. Once the seat is removed, put it aside as we will work on it later. We then begin by painting the entire bench, both inside and out. And because this bench is so dark, I went in with a couple of coats of white primer first before adding 2 coats of white paint. And while we work on this, I would like to take a moment to thank all the returning viewers to my channel for tuning in for today's craft project. If you are visiting for the first time, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you. And if you enjoy glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, I would love it if you would support my channel by hitting the subscribe button so you can be notified of my future DIY craft videos. And here is what the bench looks like so far. You will notice that I have chosen to paint over the hardware pieces and screws in order to give the entire bench a cohesive look. Once all the paint is dry, it's time to bling out the bench with the clear flat back gems. In order to adhere the gems to the bench, I'm simply using a little bit of hot glue for each piece. Using hot glue allows each piece to dry immediately, so there is no waiting time. And here is what the front of the bench looks like so far. Here I continue with the same pattern by applying another row of gems along the sides of the bench. apply a sheet of mini mirror tiles. These mini mirror tiles come in sticker format, so there is no need to apply any additional glue to the backs of the mirror. And here's what the bench looks like so far. It's already looking so glam. Comment down below and let me know what you think I am using this bench for. And I'll give you a little hint by letting you know that I have repurposed this bench so it's no longer being used as a piano bench. Our next step is to work on the seat. Here I have flipped the cover and you can see that it's in pretty bad shape. The wood panel has some dark stains on it and some of the wood has even bubbled up on one side. So to cover this part of the seat, I measure out and cut out a sheet of silver glitter fabric. Even though this fabric was purchased at the dollar store, it is pretty thick fabric and will be quite durable. To adhere the fabric to the wood panel, we will anchor the far edge of the panel with some hot glue first. That way, the fabric will not move around. For the rest of the wood panel, we will apply some white glue and then adhere the rest of the fabric to it. When using the white glue, I would recommend to use a foam brush to smooth out the glue before applying the fabric over top. That will help prevent the glue from drying in clumps that might show through the fabric. The next step is to lay down one of the microfiber cloths flat onto the table and place the seat upside down on top of it. Then gently tug at the edges of the cloth to bring it over to cover the edges of the wood panel. You'll need to play around with the fabric a bit to ensure there's enough excess fabric to pull over from each side. Once you are satisfied, start gluing down the cloth using the small dollops of hot glue until all four sides are secured with the cloth. And here is what the seat looks like with the entire wood panel covered in the microfiber cloth. I ended up applying two cloths, one over the other, just to make it a bit more plush. Before we can reassemble the seat back onto the bench, we are going to prepare the frame of the bench cover with some new screw holes. Here you can see I am pre-drilling holes to allow for the countersinking, approximately every 6 inches all around the frame. This allows you to hide the screws with some spackling after the screws are drilled in. Here I'm applying a line of wood glue where the seat will be adhered to later. This will help add extra hold to secure the seat. Once the seat is placed into the frame and the glue has adhered, use your drill to insert the screws. Next, use your fingers to apply some spackle to cover each of the drill holes where the screws have been inserted into. Smooth out the spackle with your fingers and then lightly sand it down as necessary. The final step is optional, but will add that extra touch of glam to the bench. I'm taking a silver brooch and using a pair of pliers, I will remove the pin from the back. Then, using some Fix-All, we are going to adhere the brooch to the front center panel of the bench, right onto the surface of the mini mirror tiles. And here's the final look for our upscaled piano bench. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think I'm using this bench for. I'll give you a hint. The bench is sitting in my front foyer. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and share with other creative gems. Also, remember to hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload another DIY glam project. I hope to see you all soon.